MLA ka Mowkaiaw constituency uba no jiski sungo mata ka sngi ula kan tuwi ka sarkar chla ba kan weng no ya ka personal interview na ka bata ka jing penrong kam hakikam ya day but ka grateful da ka baong ba ka jing don ka ni ka personal interview ha ka ba ka sarkar ka jupo syong rem ka ba san 4% na ka written test ba san 4% na ka personal interview ban yo kam hakikam sarkar ba prepare ka pelong bandon ka jing le silang ha ka ba ki katu ka ni ki ba de hok ban yo ya kam Klesak ni no hakito giba kamduna banyo namar bakidon kibriu gibala banyarap iki ban pendong kam hapu jubab igene ke cingkeliu menteri rangba kacala ula kentaj bakadon ke bakum kata ke jine silang handrai uloong bakum bakalong menta ke sarkar kadang eksamen ya kene kemat ben peben ban namar bakadai ke kam kia kadai ro kam page por kam slam.
Speaker sir, reply to star question 62 A, B and C. Sir, the matter is under examination.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. So I would just like to know from the Honorable CM, sir, as to what is the policy in place while marking the job applicant under grade 4, that is for the written test and personal interview, sir, for grade 4.
So the grade 4 recruitment is done by the district selection. And in the district selection, sir, for the grade 4 post, the general knowledge qualifying the written exam is 50% and the interview is 50%.
So, sir, also, as per the reply of the Honorable Chief Minister, sir, so for the personal interview, it's 50% and for the written test, it's 50%. So definitely, sir, there's going to be a case of favoritism or nepotism because of the present policy, sir. So that's why, sir, I would like to urge the Honorable Chief Minister, sir, the matter should not be under examination, but it should be implemented at the earliest, sir. Because since we all know that even the central government, they've already abolished the personal interview since 2016. And along with the central government, as per the reply of the Honorable Union Home Minister, sir, there's 23 states and 8 UT, sir, that has already followed this step. So I would like to request the Honorable Chief Minister, sir, to kindly examine this matter as soon as possible and make sure, sir, that our state also will abolish the personal interview for grade 4 so that we can ensure that there is no nepotism and favoritism for the job recruitment, sir.
So we appreciate the concerns of the honourable member, but sir, it's not necessary that we have to look at it from that angle that it gives a scope for nepotism and favoritism. So the objective of always giving an interview option is to be actually give an option where we are able to look at the overall other qualities of the concerned individual, the PR skills and the way they are able to manage things. And therefore the written exam is a very black and white process. So both have their pros and cons. So the honourable member, what he has mentioned, that if we don't have the interview, then there are those certain advantages. If we have an interview, there are advantages also. So it's not like there's a perfect process, and that's the reason why time and again there are processes in which we are re-examining how this selection process should happen, and the House would be happy to know that we are examining the entire procedure, sir. So therefore not having interview is one part of it, but apart from that there are many other reforms that are required at different levels. For example, sir, recently there was an issue where MPSC itself has taken a decision and where we were supposed to screen all the applications that used to come in. So therefore the screening process sometimes took about a year or 2 years of time. But then once the screening process was done away with, the people who qualified their applications would be screened, and that saved a lot of time. So there is a process that's going on where we will be looking into all the aspects of recruitment and accordingly make a decision. And definitely the point that has been mentioned by the honourable member is definitely a part of our consideration and discussion. This matter, in fact, in 2017, Government of India had written a letter In reply to that, the then Chief Minister had replied back in 2017 saying that the government has decided not to do away with the interview process. Hence, that was the last communication from Government of Meghalaya, but we are examining the matter, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, why I raised this very important question, sir, because I've seen and I've experienced it from one of my friends, sir, who happened to hold a graduate degree. So while appearing for the personal interview, sir, she failed. And whereas those candidates who has only qualification of 8 standard or 10 standard, they managed to get through in the personal interview. So for this very incident, sir, it makes me wonder, when a person who has a graduate degree, he failed to qualify in the personal interview, whereas the person who is only a 10 standard, he was able to qualify. So this makes me think, sir, but that maybe there's some kind of favoritism or nepotism. So that's why, sir, for me personally, from my side, sir, I would like to request upon the Chief Minister to kindly look upon this matter, sir, and make sure that our government, because we want that a transparency should be there. We want to give an equal opportunity to the youth of our state who does not have any backup when it comes to personal interview. So for this very reason, sir, I'm talking about the thousands of the youth in our state who are the job aspirant. And I know most of them also, they are of the opinion to do away with the personal interview. So that's why, sir, once again, I would like to request upon our Honorable Chief Minister, sir, to kindly do away with the personal interview and make sure that there's a transparency with regard to the job recruitment in our state, sir.
Sir, again, I appreciate the concerns of the Honorable member, but sir, it would be incorrect to jump to a conclusion to say that, again, with due respect to both the candidates, that just because somebody had a higher qualification, that person would be or should get the job. Because then tomorrow PhD could apply, then in that case only the person who has the highest qualification will get through. Then that's precisely the reason why interviews are there. If the person does not qualify at all, then that's of course a concern. So as you are aware that under the Personal Department and Personal and Administrative Reforms Department, the rules that are there, that for recruitment to all category of grade posts, peons, cleaners, chowkidars or any other equivalent post, the minimum qualification should be class 6 pass. So as long as a person is qualified in that, I think it would be as an unfair to jump to a conclusion that just because somebody is a graduate and somebody is class 8, that the graduate is far better. Again, as I said, with due respect to both the candidates, I'm not trying to undermine anybody, but there are certain procedures laid down. So, sir, the points and the concerns have been noted. Definitely, as I mentioned, there is a plus and there is a minus, rather there is pros and cons to both the aspects that are there, that is in interview being held or no interview being held. And that is the reason why government is examining all those aspects to make sure that whatever decision we take is going to be in the larger interest and is going to ensure that the overall process is smoothened and will give a better opportunity to the youth of our state. So I'm not saying no to it, sir. All I'm saying is that we are examining the matter and all the concerns and points that the Honourable Member has mentioned, we have noted all those points.
Yes.
Sir, I have a question on this to the Honourable Chief Minister. If the government has a thought in mind, I'll be very happy to know how to balance for the post of a class 6, as has been stated by the Honourable Chief Minister, but even a master degree apply for the same post. So now, how to balance a class 6 pass with a master degree pass applying for the same post? So if the government can think how to balance this, I'll be very happy to hear. And if the Chief Minister is prepared to have any plan for this, I'm very happy to hear from him, sir.
So these are the terms and the procedures that have been laid down. And hence, this is what the process is, and this is what has been followed. For the reason that the Honourable Member has just mentioned, precisely that's the reason why we need to balance out a lot of this. In the previous, in 2017, when the former Chief Minister and the former government had written to Government of India, this point was precisely mentioned in the letter, saying that there are different qualified people applying, and hence the interview will allow the selection committee to be able to then understand the other qualities of the individual, and hence interview is necessary because of the fact that there is a huge difference in the people who apply and who are qualified for this position, because it's only class 6. That is the criteria that is there, and hence even a PhD can apply for this. And that's precisely the reason why in the previous 2017, the letter was sent saying that the interview process is necessary to differentiate between these two individuals and see the other qualities that could be there in the person and who would be better for the particular job. But all these factors are, as I said, we need to look into it. It's not a small decision. It's a decision that affects the youth and the lives of our citizens, and hence we have to be very careful, and we have to really do a lot of analysis and examination, and we cannot do a simple approach where we do just a piecemeal basis. We strongly feel that whatever reforms we do should be reforms that are overall in nature, and we consider all aspects of it and come with one major reform rather than doing small bits of reforms every now and then, and really ultimately realizing that maybe we didn't realize that some decision affected another, and then it becomes all complicated. So we are examining it, not because only this issue is left to be examined. There are many issues, and hence as a government we need to look at all those issues, including this issue, bring it on the table, discuss it, and come up with one reform for recruitment in all the different recruitment boards that we have, and then come up with a comprehensive policy and a comprehensive change or amendment in the procedure.
Mr. Salim.
Aspirations and implementations is one of the challenging issues, not only to this government, even for the previous government. We have been talking about ideas after idea, I think, solutions after solutions, but we cannot come to the conclusion yet. Now, we are having a correlation between the unemployment out here. Everybody is desperate to get a job. Those who are graduate, master degree also, they are applying for the, the 4th grade and the 5th grade job also. So how do we come up to the conclusions? Do we have any master plan so as to address these particular situations? Now, those who are masters, those who are master in any stream, they're applying for 5th class, a 4th grade, 5th grade job. So there lies the problem out here. It's the unemployment within the state. Now we used to say whenever there is any crime, we used to say nip in the butt. But are we addressing? Are we performing? We talk about whenever there is a crime, nip in the butt. But we don't build in the butt.
Please come to the question, please. This is a question.
Question is, sir, how do we address the unemployment? Those who are drop out. Now, class 6 pass, they are drop out. Class 10 pass, they are drop out. Class 10 fail, they are drop out. How do we address this dropout?
Sir, first of all, the question is very specifically related to the aspect of interview in the grade 4 post. So that is going beyond the question. But since it's a session, sir, and I'm happy to respond to this, that's precisely the reason why Government of Meghalaya has taken up a large number of programs only for job creation at the grassroots level. Sir, you'll be happy to know that tomorrow I'm launching a very, very big program called CM Elevate. This will be launched tomorrow. Under this program, sir, we will be supporting almost 20,000 entrepreneurs with giving subsidy of anything between 35% to 70% to be able to start their own businesses. So this is maybe one of the largest programs we've taken up, which means, I'll give examples. So tomorrow, if somebody wants to start a movie theatre in Mairang or in Bakmara, government of Meghalaya is going to give up to about 1 crore rupees as subsidy to help them to put it up. If somebody wants to start a wellness center, Meghalaya government will give up to 35% subsidy for the person. If tomorrow somebody wants to start a music studio, the government of Meghalaya will maybe subsidize, I don't have the list right now with me, will announce tomorrow up to 50%. This is just one program that we're doing. Apart from this, the different vehicle programs that we're doing, different mission mode programs that we're doing, different programs under Prime, all of these, the industries that we're building up under tourism, all of these are targeted towards job creation. So this is a very large topic. I think I can't do justice to this subject on question hour, but since the Honorable Member had asked, I just gave a bit of information, but I'd be happy to discuss it at length if the Honorable Member would like to bring it up as a motion or special motion or resolution, sir.
Sir.
Gilbert, please.
Oh, beloved youth of our state, this very same answer, very same government leading by our Honorable Chief Minister the last 5 years. 1 year back, this very same question I put before the government, and he made a same reply that under examination, how long, how much time do you need? This is an insult for our beloved youth of our state. Please make clear with this.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I have mentioned again and again that the examination is not only for one part of the interview aspect. We are examining the entire recruitment process. There is a large aspect to recruitment that goes in at different levels. And hence, we have come to the conclusion that if we reform, let us do it once and for all, and let us include all aspects and come up with a comprehensive plan. Hence, sir, these things do take time, sir.
So, you see, according to the notification passed by the Government of India, not 2017 but 2015, the Government of India urged the state to do away the personal interview of these two, grade 3 and grade 4, for which
Its question hour is over.